Hi, how you like this view? Don't answer that. I got a gummy worm partly because I've been early all year. I've been reading, and it seems like I read the heaviest part first, and then slowly broke it down. Well, how are you this morning? On this nice old cancer season. What's today? Today is what? Um, June 30th? Wow. And we're almost done. It just became June like a week ago. Seems like time is going really, really fast. Well, that's because we're seeing a lot of things happen in real time, real fast. Things we never thought we'd see. Well, at least me. I'll speak for myself. So let's get on with it. I skipped Reiki yesterday because it makes no sense to help heal my enemies so that they can have more energy to come back and call themselves attacking me. So I decided to skip that and get more rest. And when I got up this morning, it was like, drag your feet, drag your feet. Because you're going to tell by the squeals and the screams who's waiting, which I already knew, the usual suspects. They always waiting. I always waiting for a dull moment, or they always waiting for me to drop my guard so they can send me more energy. Energy that they don't really have at this point. But we'll let them keep going. So the message was, tell them what I've seen. And I'm like, what you mean what I've seen? I've seen a lot. So the message is, tell them what I've seen. Summarize it though, because everybody don't like the truth. They don't like to hear the truth. A lot of people don't like to hear about themselves. But I say, tell them what I've seen. So I tell them what I've seen. I seen myself become, I guess, grow into the swan from the not so ugly duckling. But wait a minute, let me cook. So it was back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. That sort of thing. But it's always different. See, it's not that I wasn't hot. It's just that I didn't know the plot. And that was made it more important. See, all my life you watch Disney movies and things of that nature, and you hear about the Wicked Witch and Rapunzel and all that other kind of crap, and you're like, okay, it's just a movie. It's just on Pixar. I'll never see this. And you read the Bible and you're like, okay, Revelations, okay. You believe it, but you don't think it's coming in your time. So you keep living a little longer. First deck, pink deck. Second deck, I got 3 decks out. You live a little longer and you really get to seeing these things. So I got to tell them what I seen. Funny as hell too. So I'm living in a time where I seen the Wicked Witch, right? And she does exist. It's just that she exists in all of us. Even men. I've seen that. I'm living in a time where I've seen women become too hard with babies in their body. I've seen them go too hard against other women. I've seen men become way too soft. They so soft that they got breasts, but they want to go hard at not going hard. We're living in that time. I actually seen a man giving orders and call his sister on me to come play with some artifacts to try to bring me down. I seen whole neighborhoods comprised of so-called mothers, fathers, grandfathers, and grandmothers attack one woman and one child so that they could get high for the rest of the day. Imagine that. Trying to attack a woman and a child, somebody who you've been from one moment to the next, but you not allowing somebody else their moment because you could get a couple dollars from it. Imagine that. Imagine the person that you attacking being strong enough to do a lot more worse than you, but not doing it. Can you imagine that? Imagine you going home. You just paid for a bunch of energy work done, right? And you go home and one of your loved ones is asking for money towards a burial. And you don't have it because you just paid money for some energy work. But imagine not being able to tell your loved one that the reason why they probably got to get money together for a GoFundMe or something like that is because nobody told you that that energy work could backfire in any way it pleases because you doing whatever you please. Imagine going to the doctor with some kind of illness that then came out of nowhere, but you can't really tell the doctor what you've been playing in. You can't tell the doctor that you've been willingly ingesting blood. You can't tell the doctor that you've knowingly stayed up for days at a time and taken so many different drugs because you had some kind of weird thing you had going on. But you can't tell the doctor that. You have to make up a lot of lies because it's going to look weird because you were being weird. Imagine, I never thought I'd live in a time where a whole family will go to church and in a moment of prayer and at the altar, no one's praying for anyone to get better. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine walking between 20 churches on the way to the market and every last church is casting out energy work to bring down the whole entire neighborhood and the neighborhood is not brought up? Can you imagine that? Like I can literally look around and from my window count no less than 5 to 6 churches. But I also can't count 5 to 6 saved people within the 5-mile radius of all these churches. Yet they're existing and they're nonprofit. But I know they ask for money. Imagine living in this here time where the grandparents can't teach you nothing. Imagine living in this time where the kids don't know no good because the grandparents can't teach them anything. And then they just recycle the same lesson over and over again. Can you imagine living in such a time? I never thought I'd live in such a time. I lived in the time where you can actually go and get advice from some older people. And maybe you might see some that don't give good advice, but there were a lot less that didn't. Imagine so many men with no abs, with more hormones running through their body than you, but telling you they got to lead you logically, but they don't have any emotional intelligence. They're ready to crash out at any given moment, but they're telling you, let me lead. You better let me lead. We're living in the time of that. We're living in the time. Remember James Earl Jones had a whole movie where his pride was based on the fact that he took his woman out of the welfare office. He went down there to that welfare office and he said, she ain't got to do nothing. She ain't got to report nothing. I got her. We living in a time where the men don't want you unless you got welfare. Because they don't really want to do for you anyway. Because they don't really want to do for them. And the same men that will lay up in your welfare or your vouchered house and eat in your food stamp food will be the same man that go around the whole world, the whole neighborhood, anywhere he could, and talk about you like a dog while still wanting to benefit and knock on your door. Can you imagine that? I'm living in this time. I'm living in a time where a woman will be a whole thief, a scammer, a whole setup artist, and will look at the next woman praying and not asking for lay and pay as a weak person because she doesn't want to stretch herself thin at the expense of knowing that you're playing Russian roulette with your body every time. And getting paid don't make it no different. It just makes it less moral. We living in a time where these things can happen. We have men and women actually abusing themselves, you know, for the sake of the kid. Playing solitaire, sexual solitaire with yourself. And it's not to please yourself. And it's not to please anyone else. You guys are doing it to destroy other people with bad intentions. I know God didn't make that for that. You see, I'm living in a time, and I gotta say me because I don't know what you're experiencing or what you're seeing because I've been seeing the way you've been operating. I've been seeing the way you direct your kids. I had 2 kids. They couldn't have been no more than 14 or 15 years old. Come around the corner and stare at me. They stared me down as if they had a right. They ain't lived life enough to have a right to stare me down as though they deserve something and they were entitled. And I should be the contingency plan for the fact that they parents don't want to get up and work an honest living. Who are these monsters y'all raising? And who's to say that they won't turn on y'all? I'm just but one person. So after you'd have gotten one person and one child out of the way, who else would you have victimized? Who else have you victimized? Because I'm surely not the first contingency plan that y'all made up. But what did y'all do? Stayed in the same place as parasites do, waiting to feed on more people. But what happens when you become the chum in the chum bucket? All because you've eaten up all the people who are within your proximity. This is why a lot of you will never get a good man or a good woman because you see it as a lick. You don't see it as an opportunity to be loved, nurtured, or raise your vibration. All you see it as is something to use, and you don't use condom. It's crazy to be in this time where everybody wants to use everybody in the worst way possible. But here I am. Yes, I am. I am here and I see it. So when I got the message to say, tell them what I seen, this is what I saw. I saw food being tampered with, not because the farmers and the pesticide. I seen people looking just like me who decided that they would speak death over other people, all because they refused to live life. They refused to go forward. They refused to pick up a book. They refused to clean things. They refused to see better for themselves. They're waiting for a commercial. They're waiting for a meme. Y'all are waiting for somebody to give you permission to stop imploding in on yourself. You know how sick that has to be to a person who doesn't see any sense in that. There are way too many people who operate in that way. And I'm here to bear witness to it. Wow. Was it really that serious? I've seen some wild things, but the wildest thing I've seen is people saying they love people while never loving themselves and never knowing what that word is, but using it so readily as a weapon, using it as currency, never using it as fuel, never using it as nurturing, never using it in the real sense of things, but only using it as a leverage and a bargain. Wow. I seen somebody tell me that I was demonic, call me a witch, call me a beggar, call me a thief, call me crazy, call me a junkie, call me a prostitute, call me everything but a child of God while doing everything except being a child of God. Isn't that wild? Imagine you saying, she's this, she's that, yet you're running around bribing people because you're jealous. Yet you're running around receiving payments to destroy another person and to hurt another person, to destroy a person. You're letting your children witness you get abused sexually and abusing them because you're putting them in the environment to where they're not safe and taking them in places where drugs are being sold so that you could do something illicit to someone else. Still while saying that person isn't a person of God. That person can't be flipping them cards. Yet every phone call, every text, every motion, every ride across back and forth is toward doing something sinful and horrible and criminal. Imagine you getting up and you putting on your nice clothes and you patting on your nice lace front and you starting your car and you kissing your kids, telling them, oh, be good, go listen in school, we gonna do this. But every other button you press at work, you're stealing. You sweat every time the police come by. Nobody knows. They think you just got anxiety and you bougie and you high strung. But they don't really know that you really on the ring for damn near $500,000 because you stealing. And you got away with it a few times, so you kept stealing. And now you got to pay a whole Ponzi scheme, a whole pyramid of people because you can't live upright, but you promised. You took an oath. You said that you would withhold the institution and you would fulfill the mission within the job scope that you took. Yet every day you don't do that. You seek to take away another person's life, breath, confidence, their life force. You want to take away their freedom. You want to take away their privacy, but you think you deserve some. You really think you deserve to just walk around freely, but no one should just in case it's a payout for you. Some of you just walk around so aimlessly. You're like, oh, I've got this, I've got that. And you one moment away from being tackled down and your whole life changing. Yet you still do it and you justify it because you haven't gotten caught yet. Or you feel okay telling your kids, don't do this, don't do that. But you're doing all of the above. Imagine judging your child for having on a short skirt, but you just got finished having sex with half the staff in the office or in places nobody ever sees because that's how you pay your debt. But you talking about the next chick because she didn't lay down with half the staff to get that lace front or no gifts. She didn't have to travel around the city trying to get the bag because she wanted to get gas in that car. She'd rather go on and walk and retain her dignity, and a bunch of people can say they haven't been there. They're probably angry because they haven't been there, and they'll make up lies too. Oh, she's nothing. She thinks she all that. But the same people that you think is all that selling that cat, and they rolling the dice just because they look good and they got on Mac, doesn't mean they won't give you a heart attack when you go looking for those results. But this is the time we living in. Long as it look good, right? It don't gotta be good. That's something I promised myself a long time ago. I don't want to just look good. I'd rather look crazy, really, on the outside, as long as my inside is pure and good. But I digress, and I let y'all keep on at it. Or I say God will. I mean, they talked about him. Drug him through the mud. All he wanted to do was help and save. But that was to the contrary. That was too much. That he was doing too much. Yet y'all running around here doing the wildest things. And y'all feel okay. Hugging on them kids and kissing on them kids after you just left the graveyard, digging in dirt. Doing all sorts of things. Y'all kissing y'all kids after y'all just put your mouths on so many different places. Y'all look y'all kids in the eyes and say, I love you. And you know you done put them in harm's way. Each time you put somebody else in harm's way. Because karma is that. It's just that. You don't know. It could hit you. It could hit your family. It could hit anyone. But, okay. Okay. It's what you asked for. It's what you want. I'm going to get out of your way. And that's what I've been doing. But the problem is y'all been pursuing me. And that's where I have the issue at. All y'all had to do was leave me alone. Nobody was judging y'all more than you judged yourself. And they did. They never judged themselves if they was doing the things they did. How is that you could judge a person so harshly, yet you never looked at the things that you were doing? And you never looked at yourself with the real eyes, without the rose-colored glasses on. Amazing to me. Simply amazing. How I was spoke so poorly of and treated so badly when I've never done anything. Don't know majority of y'all, but y'all felt so entitled to taking things from me, stealing, misrepresenting me, going in, saying my name and saying and putting charges and things on me that I knew nothing of, and still trying to figure out. But y'all don't think that could happen to y'all in a worse way. And me, I didn't deserve it. So imagine what you deserve. Some of y'all ain't lived long enough to get the things that y'all really, really deserve yet. It's coming. It's coming. I don't need to put any energy out there because y'all done did it all. It's by the weight of your own hands. So Stop running around trying to tell people I'm doing anything to you. I don't care about you that much to put my hands in any dirt and receive any karma on your behalf. But what I do know is y'all gonna stop trying me. It's over now. Everything that you try now is going right back to you. I've ascended to the point where I'm not returning. And I don't care. To the one I know who's listening who thinks I give a damn, go to war like the people in the old days and never come back. To the parent who does not love me, the feeling is mutual. To the siblings who felt so envious of whatever I did, even though I never would do anything to you in such a way, because I just rather leave you alone and not be stressed out. I've washed my hands. It makes me know never mind. We are no longer relative. To the people who ran about spreading my name, call themselves spreading my business, the ones who decided that they would share intimate or whatever pictures of me or whatever, go forth and receive your karma. You mean nothing to me. That means nothing to me. I'm an adult. Things happen. Everybody got a past. But this is your present. You got to live with your present. You got to live with your past and your present. My hands are clean. I owe you nothing. Your funeral would just be another news article to me. Anything that happens now is really, really on you. Farewell, I don't care. And that goes all the way down to your kids. And it's not a malicious thing. I don't care about them either. Because the way I see some of y'all kids look at me, the way y'all raised them, the way y'all trained them up to see other human beings, no different than a dog, really. I don't see no different than a stray dog. If you could look at me like that and think that my life could be laid by the wayside just for you to have another happy moment, I don't see you as a human being. I see you as an animal. And I don't judge. But after what I've seen, I have to tell you what I saw. And I no longer see you guys in the way in which you see yourself. I see you exactly as you are. Either you're an angel or you're an animal. And there's just no in between for me anymore. I've seen some very disgusting things. I've seen very unattractive men come up to me smiling as though they should be smiling, as though their teeth weren't yellow and misshapen and looked like abandoned, dilapidated buildings in their mouths. I've seen women who patted themselves up thinking that they were going to walk by and walk me down, looking like they just had dookie on the breath, because you know the shit that was going to spew out. I've seen that, and I'm like, surely this isn't the next generation that's supposed to teach anyone anything. Is this what we're left with? It's as though somebody made a box of Dusties as cereal, like a box of Dusties. You know, the bottom of the cereal, the part that nobody wants to put milk on. It's like that's what everybody turned into, the Dusties. And then I realized the box that I put myself in. There's no return from this type of situation. I'm glad I was able to see it in the way in which I was able to see it. But I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't have anyone to really care for or think about beyond my youngest child. That's it. That's all I got left. And I'm okay with that. It's not complicated. He doesn't look at me as though I owe him anything. He doesn't try to make me be unperfect. He doesn't try to make me jump through hoops that ain't there, that they never could or couldn't manage. And I'm okay with that. Y'all go on and take care of yourselves. Don't look to me for anything. The guidance I have is for the people who come and they have a collective mindset. If you come and you keep stalking around, that's on you. But don't look for anything from me, not even sympathy. Really, I'm just going to ask, why are you still here? Upon approach, because that's what you would say. Because if it would have went the way that you wanted it to go, who the fuck would you be looking at now? If you would have succeeded, who would you be stalking today? What would be that outcome? Right. So I don't need an apology or an explanation. I don't need closure either. I give myself quite the closure. You go on and push on with that. I think I said all that I need to say. hmm Especially for the people who put my name on things that should have never been. The lawyers who decided that they would represent knowing that I wasn't that person. The females who decided that they were going to be me better than me and do it illegally, knowing that they got kids that got to come up under that crap. That's crazy. The men who decided that I was only worth something to lay with when I'm better than majority of the women that you've ever come across in your life. And you allowed someone who was jealous of their own child to pay you to act like an animal in these streets. And that's all I see you as. I see you as a wild rabbit animal. I don't see you as humane. I would never feed you on a plate, knowing what I know now. It's ridiculous the way I've been treated. And it's ridiculous how you think you deserve to walk through in peace anyway. Anyone who went in with these dissemblers, anyone who decided that my life was nothing but something on a piece of paper and another money transaction, you go forward with that. I hope it brings you a lot of solace and peace, especially to those paraprofessionals, the ones who walk around like they shit don't stink. But this is what was in their dirty pockets and in the corners of their minds, waiting for phone calls. Did it happen yet? Did you get her locked up? Did you get her committed? Did you get her raped? Did you get her destroyed? All so that you can get away with something that was not yours. Imagine if everybody was served on a chopping block like that. Imagine coming home and realizing that your mother decided that your child shouldn't live because she don't want to make an honest living. She want to stay in a entry level job for the rest of her life, but it's okay. Or she want to stay at that job for the rest of her life because as long as she could get Christmas gifts for her kids, she don't mind stealing that whole situation from other families. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of what y'all grannies and y'all grandmothers do. And this is why a lot of people out here are getting high as Fat Charles tail too, because they gotta live with that. And this is why I don't feel sorry for people on the streets no more, because I don't know what they did. I don't know what they took part in. They very likely took part in things like this all the time. And now I see it. Some hide it better than others. Some do it more often so it gets covered. But lo and behold, this is what we got going on here. I had nieces and nephews come at me like wild hyenas in the streets. No, it wasn't real loud. It was real subtle. It was real white collar. It was real snakish. When I turned around and seen my nephew less than 3 feet away from me and knew why he was there, it was like, I remember sitting under the table watching Sesame Street holding you because I'm protecting you and me while your mother's somewhere gone in the street, yet you have audacity to come to put harm toward me when I protected you, when you were screaming, when she wanted to hang in them dirty houses and run behind whoever was beating her ass. Yet I was there holding you while you was crying for another bottle and crying for this and crying for that. Me, I was a child, had to figure out how to stop you from crying because everybody, I was a convenience. Oh, your grandmother got enough money to get a babysitter, but she didn't. Both my nephews. Well, the ones I know anyway. The other one I really couldn't give a damn about because I never got a chance to, so I don't care now. They grown enough. They know I exist. To the never nieces, I did have one I thought that I was close by, but you can't be that close. You can't be that die hard when you know what you know and you're not saying anything. Nobody can ever make a U-turn or come back to me. It doesn't matter. It's too late. Your words will fall on deaf ears. They're closed. Knowing what you guys allowed to happen and helped orchestrate against me because someone promised you something that you probably could have gotten yourself without damaging your whole reputation with the Most High. Because let's just be frank, you guys told yourself you don't care about nobody on this earth when you decided to do this. You only cared about yourself. And a lot of you, funnily, it's comedic. A lot of you are going to call out to God and Jesus when things start happening in your life because you got to live life a lot longer. It's the same person you said couldn't help me. It's the same person you said wouldn't show up and save me will be the same person that y'all crying out to because it's happening. Oh my God. It's me now. It's weird. I've seen a lot of you protect people who attack your daughters. I've seen a lot of you protect people who set your daughters and your mothers and your aunts up and made money off of their heartbreak and their abuse and their reactive abuse. And I seen men go back and forth in the same cycles, knowing that they was a start and denying that they was a start. Like, really? I seen men cheat on their wives and then get mad at the people who they cheated on them with, and then get mad at the wife and can't decide which one they want to off because they want to keep a secret. When everybody knows, they just don't think nobody's seen. So a lot of lives just got taken, all because they didn't want to live with that truth, even though everybody knew it, whether people said it or not. This is the time we living in. This is what I saw. I saw a lot of Knights of Wands, whether it be females or males. I seen them running around, acting as though their body was a battlefield, not knowing that each time they laid down and got up, it could have been a situation. But they were so rambunctious. They were so cocky. They had on they so-called armor. They boosted what? Where my boosting ass is at? Where all my scamming? Yeah. I seen y'all break bread with everybody unfamiliar. Look, y'all was feeding people addictions because you didn't want them to get up, and they was eating it because they didn't know that you wasn't going to let them get up. Make that make sense? Nobody said no. I seen people pick up instruments against people for no reason. Snide, just mocking people. You ain't gonna do nothing. I seen a lot of people go down. A lot of y'all did not change. Y'all just died into yourself every time something happened. Got real contrite. Never changing. Just losing more emotion. Oh, well, this happened to me. Well, this happened to me. So this can happen to them. That y'all was supposed to learn. Y'all wasn't supposed to just keep dying into yourself. Y'all wasn't supposed to keep killing your heart over and over again. Y'all wasn't supposed to take everything as an offense to break down yourself. Y'all was supposed to grow. But instead, y'all just steadily went down and trying to take other people with you. I gave a person, this one chick, I knew she was, in that life, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I let her borrow a couple dollars, and she started trying to make it a habit. And then next thing you know, I became enemy number one because I didn't want to keep giving her money to destroy herself. And then on top of that, she tried not to pay me back. So I cut her off completely. I became enemy number one because I'm not going to help you poison yourself. You in a house full of people, but you asking me for money. Make it make sense. But I'm the enemy. But everybody else that help you poison yourself is not. Terrible. But the chariot is coming. And you want to know what it is? It's fast moving. It's fast moving change and karma and dharma for the ones who decided that this is the way that they're going to live their life. Nobody could be your worst enemy than you. You're the only enemy that you need. And I will definitely stay out of your way. That's what I saw. This is what I saw. I saw that there was no need to do anything to you that you're not going to do to yourself because you've already done it. You've already lied, steal, cheated, bear false witness, signed documents, made blood oaths, done things to your kids, showed your kids ways that you should have never shown them, disappointed people in your family that you never should have disappointed, walked away from people who you really should have loved, and embraced the people who would do you just as dirty as you're willing to do other people. And that's okay. Sneaky energy, Nine of Pentacles. Somebody still being sneaky about someone's foundation because this is just who they are. And that's okay. I got an Aquarius and a Virgo. 79, 97. 8. 798. So it's still somebody trying to steal or master stealing or whatever. But really, at the end of the day, your biggest cape is going to be the one you make on yourself. You done robbed yourself of a lot of things now. I don't expect you to change. I expect you to stay exactly the same way you are. It's just the truth. That's all. Letting you know that I know. And I accept it. I hope you accept it wholeheartedly. I hope you accept it. I did. So you keep right on ahead. You going the way you going. I'm going the way that I'm going. It won't change anything, but you know, knowing what I know, that's tough. You ain't never had a friend like me. Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends this? Hey, right out ahead. I don't know what the whole song soundtrack, but I remember Aladdin when he met the genie and everything, and he just wanted to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Aladdin didn't really even had to try to trick him out of his bag or none of that. But you know, sometimes you gotta learn. But a lot of you ain't no Aladdin. Because at least he did change and account for things. Oh, somebody deep in their emotions right now. Why? Where did they come from? Where'd you get some emotions from? Did you order some on Temu? Because up until now, you had none. I suggest you just put them on back in the pocket. Nobody cares about them now. It's too late. It's way too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. So we still got this sneaky energy out here. We got the King of Swords and we got this Four of Pentacles. We're in the pink tarot right now. Opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusions, searching for purpose, daydreaming. King of Swords, head over heart, discipline, truthful, honest, mental clarity, authority. Then we've got the Four, which is Emperor energy. Well, Capricorn Emperor energy, because I always think of Four as Aries, but we've got Capricorn energy. Saving money, security, conservation, scarcity, control, frugality. So that's the 74. So somebody born in 74, they have Kool-Aid pockets and champagne dreams. And right now they're having some mental clarity. We got Scorpio, Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn. So this is attempt at being grounded and stubborn and trying to keep their heart out of it while trying to rearrange a plan for money. There's a money plan. We got 74, could be 47. Monitoring spirit, so there's surveillance still up to no good. So yeah, so we got Scorpio, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, 74 or 47, which is an 11, which everybody's up in their head. Everybody's in the head space, mental space right now. But the plan did not change. There's still somebody still trying to go hard or go home. Doesn't matter if anyone else changes. This person is still going to keep trying because, hey, there's no quit in them. Stubbornness, what I said, is two earth signs here. We've got passion, which comes in by way of Scorpio. Then we've got the Gemini, as above, so below. So this person is lustful in their body and lustful in their head. So as long as they've romanced the devil, this is where they're going to stay in that type of energy. We all intuitively know, some less than others, but this is what it is. They're going to stay on the course, on the plan. All right. So there is no heart in this situation. It's all mechanical at this point. Got it. Bam. There you go. Let's do 3 more spreads and I'm out. Ooh. A hiccup. There's been a hiccup. Something changing. Something course. Something in the course. We still got saving money. Hold up. Hold up. I was shuffling. I think I did. Or should I pull the gold foil to do the spreads differently each time? All right. Nope, that four came right back out, and the king of swords came right back. Dang. So somebody's really hard up. The same three cards came out even after shuffling. Like I said, lightning does strike in these cards. It does strike twice in these cards because the truth. So someone is definitely 47, saving money now. It just came out in a different way. So somebody's trying to control money as they have that over heart the situation, and they're still looking for opportunities to come up. So somebody's just a scam artist. This is how they live. This is their way of living. They are like a barnacle. They are like a scavenger. There's no way that they live upright. This is their way of life. This is the way they live. Damn, at 47, it's like you're too far to turn back now. Damn. All right, so that's what somebody's thing is. It's still 11. It's still the same cards. It just flipped around. The 7 being at the end and the 4 being at the beginning. So I'll show you what the cards look like. And they don't have a great sense of humor about it. Like this person, when they smile, you're going to notice that it's a grimace more than a smile. It's going to look like it looks like it hurts. Just kind of like Big Tigger's pictures are looking on the thumbnails when they're talking about this shit that just happened. Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like a forced smile. It looks like a grimace because deep down the person can't really smile. Even if they're showing teeth, it's still a grimace because it's painful to smile, knowing all the things that are going on in the back of this person's head. So I got 47 or 74, which is an 11, which breaks it down to a 2. So the balancing of polarities will happen at some point in time. And look out, God won't give you more than you can handle, or he's going to give you all that you can handle because you got to handle it. All right. So that is what that is. All right. Let's keep it going. I'm going to do one spread here, another spread here. And then I'm going to go to the pink foil. I said I was going to do three more. After the first one, I just did 2. So I'm going to do 2 more. But I'm going to do 1 more with this one, but I'm going to do 2 more with the pink foil. All right, so we got a 9 of cups in Pisces. We've got a 2 of cups. 2 of cups in Cancer. Witchy vibes. 922, 922, 9220. And then we've got Judgment. So somebody's been holding off on this luxury and gratitude, unified love. And then we've got a 20. It's under Judgment. Okay, so somebody's born in 92 or they're 29. 11, 12, 13. Death and transformation, judgment. All right, so some situation is coming to an end. So someone did have a life of luxury, but this is going to be and whatever union this is, it doesn't have to be romantic. It might be platonic, might be business. Someone's connection is about to come to an end. Their luxury lifestyle is also about to be wrapped up. It's going under judgment, and they're calling awakening, reckoning, redemption. Okay, 9220. You can look up that angel number 922 or 9220, doesn't matter. Something about 92, something happened in 92, or it's a 29. I got death and transformation because 9220. 9 plus 4 is 13. Pisces and Cancer, whatever that union is, it's in Mercury. Okay, so there's a Jupiter retrograde and also a Mercury retrograde. So things are spiraling like this. So they're 2 worlds even conjoined, but they're kind of tumultuous. So there are 2 households that are spiraling out of control. Whatever this luxury lifestyle is, this stability that was held up by this luxurious lifestyle, this union is coming to an end, and it's under judgment. Pluto fire. So there's going to be a lot of things happening. That's 13. So that means someone's foundation is about to become undone. There's a death and transformation. Usually, some people don't transform easily, so something's going to come to an end. Someone has a reckoning coming. Yeah. I hate to be on that side of that. So that's 9220 Pisces, Cancer, Mercury retrograde. Jupiter is in retrograde as well. Pluto is going to be way out there. This is why I said Pluto. You see it on the side. Fire Pluto. It's going to be out there. It's going to be something out of this world. Pluto is the furthest planet from the sun. Best revenge is a dish served cold. Okay, got it. All right, switching over to the foil deck. Two more spreads and I'm done. And that'll be your Tuesday tarot. Because I've been a kind of ahead this year. If you go back into the readings for earlier in this year, even in last year, everything's still relevant. It was crazy when I kept saying something about Bird, right? And I kept my Chicago cup out. Do you know they locked up a guy named Bird in Chicago? Right after that, like the day after that, his name was something about Bird. And he was in Chicago. And that morning, I got up and I talked about the children of the night. And he was pretty young, and his name was Bird, and he was in Chicago. It happens. It's happening so often. Often I'll give a reading and then I'll go back and then I'll see exactly what I just said happened. Then there's something with a judge. There's a judge named Brown with the last name of Brown. I think she's the one that's been signing things and also coordinating things with other judges up in those up in these courthouses. Something like that. Pamela. I'm not sure. It might not be a Pamela Brown, but I'm thinking it's a Pam Brown or Carolyn, one or the other. I know that there is those are the names. Pamela, Carolyn, Brown. Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, communication. It's just the knight. Okay, so there's a knight coming in. I guess he has communication or he's going to act as though he's about something with a fresh perspective, but there's a lot of communication going on. Ace of Wands. 8. So there's a lot of communication going on and it's starting to come out. It's starting to go public, the communication, but there's a knight of swords here. That's all gung-ho, but it's mental. The swords are mental. So somebody's coming in all gung-ho with a fresh idea and more communication. So there's more communication, more instruction. Might be that short, fat guy with the boobs that I saw who was just running his mouth. And he just looked like he was just giving out orders that he probably never take. You become soft like that when you start making other men take your orders. You're not a hard person at all. You're not going hard in your life to do anything good. You're going hard in your life to do everything bad. So, hey, boobs it is. Yeah, because you're running your mouth like a girl. Because you stay on the phone all the time. It's crazy how guys used to always say, oh, it's women always on the phone. You know what? I go nowhere and I don't see men just whip out their phone constantly. What are y'all doing on these phones? Go to work. I remember it used to be a policy at the job. You couldn't bring your phone in certain areas, this, that, and the third. Now you guys just do whatever you want. And then you're taking pictures and freaky pictures and you freaky frogs, you like really. And the crazy part about it is you guys will share nudes of someone and you guys will take pictures that you shouldn't be taking of people. and then don't think that it's a crime. And you want to put people on the dark web, but what if somebody puts your nasty, sour patch, wrinkled mama on the web and sells her like that? And then you've got to sit there and hear all these men talk about how bad or good she looks, and you could do nothing about it. Yeah. Hmm. Tis tis. So, whatever this is, maybe this is someone attempting to expose something because they're hot in their feelings. But hey, it's the hormones, right? You keep saying you're logical, but your hormones keep making you do the worst situations possible. So, whatever communication this is someone rushing in with some kind of fresh idea that probably isn't that fresh. It probably isn't that brightest idea. But hey, it's an idea, right? They're going to try it. And fresh modes of communication, hey, have at it. Who cares? All right. And that's the 8. That's karma dharma. So, it is what it is. You're pretty much going to get the weight of the world of whatever you put your hands into. So, if it's heavy, I hope you're lifting weights. A lot of you skip leg day, so I know you're not doing anything with your arms. I can tell by the boobage. All right, so we've got King of Pentacles and we've got King of Cups. Hey, at least we've got some kings out here. Then we've got this page here. So, King of Pentacles, King of Cups. King of Pentacles, he gets the money. King of Cups offers the love. Then we've got the Page of Wands, who just has a bunch of shit to say. All right, so the King of Pentacles is basically the one who provides the budget. The King of Cups is the one who makes the offers. The Page of Wands is who is the store runner. They the one who got to go do what they have to do. So this is the hierarchy. This is what's going on. So someone pays for it, someone coordinates it, and the other one goes and does it. Really no numbers out here. They're showing me who's doing what. Mm, mm. Just taking a quick look at the energies. King, 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 King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. You're hearing Mr. Ellis in his play area. I love that we can do that. All right. And this one, it doesn't have that. So someone thinks they know it all. They're giving good counsel. I don't know if this is the people at the top, the higher echelon, the person. Yeah, they think they know it all, and then they got the King of Cups who's making the offers. You see this Page of Wands. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Page. You got potential, but it haven't come into fruition yet. We know the King of Cups is the one making the offer. So it's like, now you know where you are, because I knew where you were. Okay, so we know who's I know who's paying it. I know who the King of Cups is, and I know who the Pages of Wands is. A lot of wands out here too. It's a lot of wands, just like that 8. It's at least 8 wands, so it's like a lot of runners. But the King of Cups, ain't that many of them, but I see them. Dusty. All right, and the King of Pentacles, they don't barely get out of the car, but you see them. They're still trying to pretend that they're an upstanding citizen. They're still going to work because they have no other choice but to keep up appearances. All right. One more spread, then I'm going to get out of here. I'm seeing 1313 on the screen, which is great. That's death and transformation twice. Wonderful. All right, that's a 26, which is an 8. Karma Dharma. There you go. Last spread. Devil and Judgment. Ow. Knight of Cups. All right. So obsession. There's obsession and judgment over this Knight of Cups. There's someone that keeps trying to make an offer. Oh my God. They're obsessed with trying to make an offer. Your Knight. Which means someone sent you. You really have nothing to offer. You just got a cup. So you're going to offer, there's a dirty offer coming in from a Knight, the devil, judgment. So it's obsession. They've got addictions. They've got a lot of stuff. Really, all they have to offer is themselves. You would do well to love yourself because this person doesn't love themselves. They're offering themselves because that's all they have to offer. They are under judgment. And the only reason why they're back is because they're under judgment is because they'd rather be judged with you rather than not be, be judged by themselves. Whatever that is, do what you want. This is only a suggestion. I wouldn't take any Knight of Cups. I've had a Knight of Cups before. It's nothing in the cup. It's not even a sugary drink. It's not even carbonated. So do what you're gonna do. I would just drink water and mind my business, but that's just a suggestion. Because they've got a lot of stuff going on in the background. They'll probably not tell you that they have addictions, that they have fixations, that they have things that they do that go up in the night, or that they change clothes out of the back of their trunk and go over other people's houses and live another life, and then they change clothes and then come back over to your house. Something like that. So there's a person who really just doesn't have much to offer except themselves, and wherever they go, it's like Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. Yeah, that sort of thing. All right, so somebody, Papa, ain't shit, and we knew it, and you knew it, and she knew it, but he does it so well. He does it so well. He might even get Estelle to buy him an outfit or not. Either way it goes, he don't stay nowhere too damn long. All right. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what's come to be. There is no number. We've been dealing with a lot of major arcana. The big players are out here because, hey, the small players have gone to the wayside. I guess they found something else to do, someone else to harass. They'll be back around. Wave a dollar or two. Who's gonna give me $5? All right, this has been Nyx, and I may or may not get back on a little later on today. But yeah, I'm going to be for now on holding Ricky for a time later. Okay. And till then, go on and keep drinking your water and minding your business. I may or may not show you some beauty juice, you know what I'm saying? Because you know the karmics keep karmicking. All right. Que pasa? Bye.